Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CM Trading. Today is January 14th, 2022, and today is Happy Friday morning. It's Friday, and we're all happier about it. But first, looking at the highlights of the day, the euro finally surges higher, breaking from that big range that it's been in for over 2 months. And looking at the British pound, also continues to climb, dollar getting weaker. Now, looking at the major economic events of the day, 3:30 South African time out of the United States, monthly retail sales numbers coming out. That's for December 2021. That's an important number to know. Now, looking at the Forex symbols, the US dollar got weaker as a result. Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both drifted lower. And looking at commodities, oil tapers off from its highs of $82 a barrel. And gold looking for a breakout. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. That's going to be very interesting. And Tesla petering out. Also, the stocks are petering out and selling off. Lastly, looking at Bitcoin, wavers sideways. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. We're looking at the Euro USD daily chart first. Let's take a look at a daily chart. Just give us perspective. We were trading between 130.60, 130.70, and 12.60. It was about a 100 pip move. Okay, let's make that line a little bit nicer. Okay, there we go. We were trading within this area since November 22nd, okay, where we capitulated here. And this has really been very boring, okay, for the entire month of December, most of the month of, end of the month of November, and the beginning of the month of January. So all intents and purposes, 8 weeks, we're trading in a range that's almost untradeable. Now, that is understood. It's New Year's, it's Christmas, it's all that, thing that goes around it. And boom, look at that. Right afterwards, we have this resistance, and we broke the resistance above. And when we do that, look at how much we've gone. We've gone 100 pips on the upside. So looking at a 4-hour chart, just to give us a perspective, there it is. Look at that breakout. Now, going back to a daily chart, our real next resistance-ish level is 115. So keep that in mind. 115 is really that round up number. Now, we're not that far off. We're only about 40 pips away from it. So keep that in mind. Okay, I'd like to see some continued buying here. Now, this is not the only currency that has gotten weaker versus the dollar. So has the GBP gotten stronger versus the dollar, and the US dollar getting weaker, 137.25. This is an important level because we've been saying this. I mean, the GBP has been orbital since, I would say, December 24th. You could see that. We went from 132 up to 137. That's 500 pips in a matter of about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So that is very, that's where my focus would be as opposed to the Euro USD. And you see that this is really, continuing to climb. Now, I would say the next real resistance level is 138. I wouldn't buy it here. I would wait for a retracement somewhere where it would retrace down to 135.86. Now, but keep this in mind. Keep it in the radar because it's really, really trading. Now, looking at gold. Gold is becoming very interesting, okay? The reason is it's hugging this resistance level and looking to break out of it. So with that said, just keep an eye on this because once it takes it out, it could go back to this 1870-ish level, which we didn't hit so far long ago, okay? So this is really an important level for it to climb to as well. Looking at crude oil, we're trading at 82.15. Not a big deal, but also, close to its resistance-ish area. I would have expected it to push the Dow Jones higher, but there's weakness in the stock. So with that said, let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Look at it. There we go. 36,000 flat. We rallied all the way to 36,346, which was a nice little rally, and then petering out at 36,039. So all intents and purposes, we've had a rocky kind of month where we made new highs for the year, 36,800, and we're somewhere in the middle of that right now. Okay, so with that said, just keep this in mind. This may still sell off. Okay, we're looking at a 4-hour chart and we're below our 30-day moving average. Okay, and that might use it as a resistance-ish level, and we could see some money being taken off the table. Now, looking at the NASDAQ, look at that nosedive. Yes, there we just really nosedive. 15,934 down to 15,700-ish level. A big nosedive there. Now, looking at the individual stocks, Apple sold off. I wouldn't say significantly, but sold off. Microsoft sold off significantly. This is really the important one because we mentioned this. The Microsoft was very quiet. It was very soft and very quiet. And sure enough, this is when, it all happens and unfolds. Looking at JP Morgan, this is the surprise. It did retrace a little bit, but still above its 8-day moving average. So I still see some resilience when it comes to the financial stocks in the United States. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin, we petered out after we hit 49,000 or close, 43,000 for 4,000-ish level, just touching it and then retracing about 2,000 points. Now, looking at this, okay, we're still, we broke on a daily chart, we broke the 8-day moving average, but we're way off of our 30-day moving average. That's the one you want to look for, okay? That's going to be resistance now until we could possibly break it higher. If it does break still 40,800, that is an important level that's an important support level, and we may go and see it lower to 33,000 once again, since we saw it in July, if you guys remember. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day and a beautiful, safe, healthy weekend. Thank you.